There we go.
Just do a little quick intro. Hello, everyone. So everyone tuning in. Uh, we have the UNI Purple versus the AC Badgers. The start of the match. This is their fourth match of the GGLeagues season out of 7, I believe. So only 3 more after this, unless they make until like playoffs and all that.
See, we've got me, Puzzle Box, and traditionally supportive role start playing on the mic with me today, so that'll be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing both production and casting today, so you guys get to hear me talk um, and yell at me if production is not going terribly. Also, small update: we are live with, so we're no longer 5 minutes behind. We still have like the 3 minute delay in game, but we are no longer um, 5 minutes behind Twitch chat. So
So we can actually interact a bit more this time.
yeah. It looks like to start, UNI has banned Annie, Amumu, and Camille. Or
Diana.
Diana. I
Yeah.
get those two mixed up all the
Yes.
time. And the Badgers have banned Soraka. I feel like that's a really interesting ban.
I have not seen a Soraka ban before, I
Um,
don't think so.
the Perma Vigar, or oh my gosh, I can't talk. The Perma
The
Viego
Viego.
ban.
Yeah, Viego will never see play, apparently.
No. And the Cade ban. Wow. They really don't want to see UNI's Viego.
But we are going to see a Trundle.
Trundle and the
I mean,
Seraphine mid. I'm assuming.
yeah, that seems to be the standard for UNI here. Let's see. Are you thinking, I guess it's pretty hard to tell right off the bat, but Trundle jungle or Trundle top?
I feel like I see Trundle more common jungle. So that's just like what my brain tells me, but I don't really know.
Yeah, I definitely lean more towards the jungle Trundle, but especially as a first pick, that would seem to make more sense to me, but I suppose we will see here.
I do like the Misfortune pick on UNI's side. I personally hate playing against Misfortune. Just
I'm
because of
with
her
you.
range. Yeah.
Got a nice ranged counter pick with the Ezreal there, coming out from the AC Badgers. Could see a lot of poke in that bot lane, especially in that early game.
The Blitzcrank. How do you feel about Blitzcrank?
I think Blitzcrank is a pretty interesting support. Obviously provides a lot of pretty easy engages as long as you can hit that hook. I'm not so certain about the combination there with the Ezreal. It'll be interesting to see how that one plays out, seeing as Ezreal likes to be at that range.
So
But
do you feel
it'll,
like Ezreal is normally with like enchanter supports more than the
yeah,
tank
a lot more of
engage?
the Lux Morgana kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
It could be helpful for the Trundle though, so it could be gearing more towards the team fight aspect rather than the laning phase.
Do you have the Wukong? Gotta be Wukong jungle coming from UNI. We've seen it before. Um, or is it Wukong top? Is it top or jungle?
I believe it was jungle last week.
Okay.
But yeah, the Wukong jungle, able to get in and out with that invisibility. A sneaky jungler, to be sure.
I do remember it getting banned right after UNI played it, so.
That it did. An Ornn ban coming from the AC Badgers. That's interesting. I have not seen UNI play Ornn, I don't think. Man, were they playing as or against Ornn? I thought they were playing against Ornn last
They
week.
usually. UNI usually plays against Ornn. I know they have an Ornn player. I guess it'll be depending who their top laner is. I know in the past, like a year ago, they would play Ornn top, but I haven't seen them play it. I don't think yet this year. They've played
Yeah,
against it a lot, but
yeah, I know I've seen a lot of Ornn, but I don't think it's ever been UNI's Ornn. The Rakan, love the Rakan support for UNI. Always puts in work whenever they lock that pick in. Not gonna have the Xayah to go with it, but the Silas pick coming in for the Badgers.
oh, I may have talked to one of the players prior to this matchup, and they were very nervous from UNI to play against the Silas mid from the AC Badgers. So
Yeah, there was the Silas mid last week that they did
yes,
struggle a bit with, so we'll see if they've solidified that gameplay up in that matchup any. And Mordekaiser top, most likely.
I think that would make the most sense.
Yeah, I suppose the Mordekaiser and Trundle would be interchangeable if you desired, but I'd probably put the Mordekaiser up top.
Sejuani top. I think this looks pretty standard for you and I.
Yeah,
Obviously, I don't know AC Badgers all that well, but
yeah, definitely a lot of the same kind of picks from you and I that we tend to see for these first games when you just kind of have to go with your comfort pick unless you've done a lot of research into the other team and came in with a very strong plan. But yeah, the Sejuani top we did see last week, and it was doing pretty decent. Even when UNI as a team was falling behind, the Sejuani was doing pretty good up top. So pretty solid pick for UNI all around here. A lot of picks that they are pretty comfortable with. We've seen the Seraphine put in all that work. I think the only one we haven't seen before is the Misfortune,
The weak fear
but
the
the
shadows.
Misfortune is definitely going to be able to deal some damage with the Recon support, providing uh, all that. He's got such good his I cannot speak. His ultimate is pretty strong in those team fights and with the AoE damage that Misfortune is able to put out. It'll be pretty strong in those team fight scenarios. Over to the lead point. Yeah, there we go.
yeah, just going through the draft picks again.
Yeah, got a little
So
while to wait here yet.
does look like Sejuani top, Mordekaiser top, Trundle, Wukong, Jungle, Silas, Seraphine mid.
Yeah, as expected. It'll definitely be interesting to see how this Mordekaiser ult ends up showing up in this mid game here, especially in this matchup against Sejuani, who's pretty decent in the mid game. Sejuani probably going to be wanting to make it a little later in the game than the Mordekaiser. So if it gets to the late game, that's probably the direction I'd lean towards for that top lane here.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about Mordekaiser taking in Sejuani for the ult. I feel like, at least with the builds we've seen UNI play, Sejuani is extremely tanky.
We're definitely not going to be looking to target the Sejuani.
No. But it could be very scary probably for Seraphine or Misfortune, the more squishy targets.
For sure, especially considering Misfortune doesn't really have mobility options. She's got all those very strong ranged options, but if the Mordekaiser is able to lock on to the Misfortune and get in with that ult, it's probably death for the Misfortune, no matter the point in the game. But yeah, looking at this team comp, I can see the Blitzcrank Mordekaiser combo there is going to be pretty interesting. But aside from the Mordekaiser, I'm not sure I am feeling the Blitzcrank support quite as much in this specific team comp. I suppose it helps with your Trundle as well, but especially with like the Ezreal mainly, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just ready to, see how it goes, see what happens.
We can speculate all we want, but at the end of the day, it's just up to who plays.
Yeah.
Is the comp better and who's more efficient and all that fun stuff? Who's got better gimmicks? If it comes down to that, we do have a player named I Am Tricky, so you never know.
I'm curious to see. I know we've seen UNI pull off some very good team fights in the past, so seeing if they can, keep that up in these games. We have no idea what AC Badgers is like on that regard, so
For sure.
just have to see.
And yeah, UNI does have the some of that really strong CC that they like to have for those engages in the team fights with the Sejuani and Rakan, both having access to that. And Misfortune having that really strong DPS game from range, being able to just poke and poke all day until they get that engage. I'm gonna be looking for that most likely, and then landing that Misfortune ultimate off of a big CC engage, being able to just hit everyone. Will be pretty interesting to see if they manage to land that or not.
Looks like we are about ready to go in to the game.
Now for some of our other casters' favorite parts of the game, checking out the skins. A little slugger Trundle.
I will say I love the Ocean Song Seraphine skin. I think it is very pretty.
A good one and a classic. Alright, looks like we are just about off to the races here. I love the baseball bat.
Welcome to Summoner's
The way
Rift.
Trundle runs is just a little goofy.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Acknowledging the placement of that word. Not gonna invade. Playing it safe. Probably a good call. Oh, maybe not. Maybe looking to, not quite sure what the play was there. Maybe just
Minions
checking
have
around,
spawned.
looking for some words there, but...
Looks like we might be getting an invade topside from Mordekaiser. Or he could be looking to go after the Sejuani. I'm not entirely sure. Both the junglers keeping to their respective sides.
Yeah, Mordekaiser just gonna sit in that bush until the minions spawn and go back for the CS, I suppose. So, just wanting to sit where they can't be seen and picked off early. Yep, there is the level 1 top lane matchup where nobody does any damage. And there's the long-range pokes that we're going to see a lot of in this matchup down in the bot lane. Especially here in this early game. It's going to be a for that.
We got an engage coming from UNI after the Blitzcrank missed his hook. Does that have a name? His grab? Blitzcrank grab?
I believe it's just called hook. Let's see. It's called Rocket Grab.
Rocket grab. It's like getting an invade top side. And a little scary for Sejuani here. And so the AC Badgers take first blood.
Coming down, trying to help support, but getting picked off there as well. Good
Yeah.
start for the Badgers here.
Oh?
Mid is dumb, they say. And we get a pause.
Well. Not sure. Has to fix. Oh, so he's saying their player in mid has to fix their mouse.
Ah, I see. Gonna say, not sure what that means. Or,
I was like, is this Ezreal just like complaining about playing mid even though he's playing bot? Like, what's going on?
suppose I'll go ahead and take a look at spells and resources here now. See both of the top lanes have mid. The Seraphine, or that's not what I wanted to say at all. Both of the top laners have teleport, but Seraphine also has teleport for UNI there. That's an interesting one. Mid lane for Badgers does not have teleport, opting for the Ignite instead. It's an interesting choice. I suppose being a caster, having that teleport makes sense.
Looks like we might be getting Trundle going mid as well. Could be a little scary for Seraphine.
Yeah,
Decides to push.
definitely going to be trying to play it safe there.
Could be getting a kill, potentially? No.
Nah, this is early game top lane. That's still 2 engages away from death. Unless there's a Darius or a Garen. Or a Renekton, I suppose.
So far, CS is actually extremely even between the two teams, but I know UNI will be looking to either get some kills or get ahead somehow, just off of those 3 kills that the Badgers got right away.
For sure. That being even in CS and down 3 kills is not the place you want to be, especially this early in the game. You can see the gold difference is definitely skewed towards the Badgers at the moment. It'll be interesting to see if they're able to take that early game advantage and run with it and push to close this game out quickly, or if they choose to just try to ride the wave slowly. Notably, 2 of those kills for the Badgers are on their Mordekaiser in the top lane, so they won't be super relevant in this early game. It'll be more of an issue for UNI in that mid-game once Mordekaiser gets access to his ult and those team fights start happening.
Looks like we do have both sides are looking to go for this dragon right away. Everyone's coming down. Mordekaiser might even be coming down for it.
Yeah, having that early experience and gold lead, Mordekaiser could definitely look to rotate down, but it's definitely not traditional to see your top laner rotate this early for first dragon.
I'll be curious to see if either team actually makes a move for it, or if there's just going to be a stalemate for the dragon for now.
I would expect them to wait at least a little bit, considering both teams have a pretty even early game, I would say. Neither team really has a large advantage over the other, aside from this gold lead right now. So I could see the Badgers pushing for it, maybe, but... they would definitely want to enforce a pick before they go in. They're not that far ahead. But it looks like we've got UNI trying to clear out this vision.
I mean, UNI is definitely set up for it just with how their lane was ahead. Bot side. Although Silas is coming down with Seraphine's ultimate, so we'll see.
It'll be interesting to see how relevant this the bullet rain is at with that slow, especially in these team fights later. Having access, UNI just has a lot of CC, especially once you've got Wukong ult online and the slow from Misfortune, the Rakan stun, the Sejuani stun. And a big pick up top once again. Mordekaiser acknowledging that he is ahead. And he can believe at this point in the game. Engage is coming in the bot lane as well. Silas coming down from the mid lane, leaving Kindle in the mid lane.
And he uses the Seraphine ult to secure the kill on Misfortune. That is... yeah, I could definitely see them going for a dragon now. Now that they got that kill, I mean... I don't even think UNI really has an opportunity to steal it.
Yeah, this should be a pretty easy dragon for the Badgers here. Wukong is on bot side, but likely not going to contest. Yep, there is the dragon for the Badgers.
That's a solo?
I'm not sure. I would assume not. There were 3 of them there. But yeah, Badger's up 5 kills and a dragon right now. About 2k gold ahead as well. Definitely a rough spot for UNI in this early game.
I would definitely be getting scared of the Smartkaiser mid-game with the 3 kills. And he is up a little bit on CS.
Yeah, you definitely want to have that vision control, be ready for this Mordekaiser. If this Mordekaiser catches you, you're probably dead. Especially if he catches the Wukong or one of the bot laners being up here at level 9. It's gonna be a rough one. Yeah, we can see UNI actually posed around the mid lane here. Acknowledging that they don't want to fall behind in that lane especially. Especially if, as you said, they are afraid of the Silas. They do not want to fall behind in that lane.
So yeah, I don't know how good Silas is, like, mid to late game, but I mean, so far I would say mid lane is the most even, other than maybe bot lane. Well,
Yeah.
bot lane's
I think
down
Silas and Seraphine both are weaker early game, and they only get better. So both the team's mid laners are going to scale pretty well here. Oh, there's the big hook engage. Might even get a pick off of that. Almost, but not quite. Misfortune. Oh, the ignite kill. Good stuff coming out from the Badgers there.
I mean, UNI is still looking to get on the board. I wasn't paying attention to what Wukong was doing, but if he had been there, they could have potentially gotten that pick on the Blitzcrank. I think one of them was super low for AC Badgers.
They probably could have traded if Wukong was down there, but unfortunately was not able to be there at that moment. And the Badgers also getting that first River Herald, getting some of that gold off of the plating in the mid lane. Definitely an uphill battle for UNI.
Oh, beautiful stun from Seraphine.
Yeah, Seraphine actually a little bit ahead in CS, but Silas does have that kill, so fairly even in that mid lane still at the moment. Another excellent engage coming in from the Badgers there. Yeah, the Badgers are just finding UNI out of position at all the wrong times. Getting those picks. And UNI actually a little bit behind in terms of CS in the top lane, not to mention the 3 kills that the Mordekaiser has. This is definitely looking pretty rough.
I am wondering if we're going to see a Silas, Mordekaiser, Trundle ban for the next game.
There's the gank coming in from UNI.
And the first kill
shutdown.
for UNI. Shutdown on the Silas.
Yeah, a nice gank. Recognizing that they need to start getting these picks, getting that gold. A big dive coming in from the Badgers, though. diving behind that first tower to get that pick on the fortune. And both teams rotating down to this bot lane here, trying to kill Strundle.
Nice. This is a beautiful engage from UNI. We finally have the full team here in force. Ready to play off. You know, it was good communication that they all came down, saw how out of place the Badgers bot lane was.
Yeah, recognizing that they dove very, very deep for that kill and taking advantage of that. Blitzcrank here might try to get a snipe. Got the Silas as well. Gonna go in, try to start a fight in this pit here and keep UNI off of it, but that smite gonna go ahead and secure that. And this Silas still going for the engage on the Wukong. A big hook from the Blitzcrank, and the Rakan goes down to the Mordekaiser as well. Mordekaiser hunting for another kill on the Seraphine. Gets that slam, misses the grasp, but the slam still gonna take him.
I mean, it's unfortunate, you know. They get the dragon, but at what cost, right? I think almost everyone on the team went down, or the entire team, except maybe Sejuani.
Yeah, that was a 3 to 4. Trying to hunt down that Ezreal there, but not quite gonna find it. Yeah, they did manage to get that dragon, but oh, and just to rub salt in the wound, Badgers are gonna go ahead and steal that blue buff. Make sure UNI is not able to crawl their way back into this game. Yeah, so UNI is down by a pretty decent bit at this point. They definitely just need to play it safer at this point. Get picks where they can, but team fights are kind of out of the question for them at the moment unless they know they have a number advantage. Yeah, acknowledging that Mordekaiser is the issue. Gonna try to get the engage here. Ult coming out from Wukong, but not even managing to deal half of Mordekaiser's health, and the rest of the Badgers are coming up here to help clean up this failed engage from UNI.
I mean, what do you do after the Rakan goes in on the Mordekaiser? The Mordekaiser gets out, and the rest of the team is there. I mean, that's tough.
Yeah, this is a tough one for UNI here. Ezreal also in the mid lane there, just taking out that mid tower. An Ezreal split push is not something that's commonly seen, but it's working out for him at this point. They're just so far ahead they can kind of do what they want at this point. Got Silas in the bot lane for the Badgers at the moment, just getting some of that farm, pushing up through that tower as well. Yeah, UNI is really gonna have to catch the Badgers out of place one at a time if they want to get any semblance of coming back into this game at this point. There's the engage in the top lane.
There goes the top lane tower.
Yep. UNI trying so hard to get this pick on the Mordekaiser. Got two of them up there, but not able to secure anything. Sejuani actually getting poked out a little bit by the Mordekaiser.
Potential pick on the Ezreal.
That's what you need to see. You need those CC ults to come in clutch. And Seraphine's is so good at doing that. But yeah, in terms of CS, the game is still pretty even. The Badgers are a little bit ahead, but it is just these kills that are really propelling the Badgers forward in this match. And those kills just giving such a significant gold advantage, especially after this many.
kid for recon. Okay.
Manages to get over that wall there. Yeah, the Badger's just free to roam as they please at the moment. UNI got 4 down in the bot lane. Gonna try to see if they can take a bit of a one-sided team fight, but Badgers are recognizing what's going on here and backing off.
I mean, if UNI can get these 2 kills, that would be so big.
It would, but the Badgers just acknowledging they have the vision, they know what's going on, and they are not gonna fall for it. Back off and get ready for this dragon. Looks like Ezreal's coming down from the mid lane as well here. Seraphine going for that poke engage, though.
Beautiful
Big
Seraphine.
stun from the loop. But the Wukong goes down to the Sylas and the Seraphine, and the Rakan are all going down, chasing down the Sejuani. And only 2 of the Badgers are at half health. Such a good engage coming from UNI, but it looks like they just don't quite have the damage they need.
So unfortunate for UNI.
Yeah, especially this Mordekaiser having so much gold. And being a bit ahead in experience as well. Gonna be so tanky and difficult to take out, and being able to just lock someone in the 1v1 where no one else can interfere. It's gonna be really strong. Sylas could get picked off here. Big stun from the Sejuani.
Nice.
Yep. Gonna go ahead and take that pick. UNI definitely needing that kind of pick. But still 10k gold down. 1 dragon down. And wandering a little bit too far on the scouting there. Badger's gonna hook him out of the bush. Definitely a good placement from the Badgers there. Being ready to punish that roam. And just gonna go ahead and start this Baron here. Knowing that UNI doesn't have their support, missing some of that CC. UNI gonna dive into the pit and gonna get picked off. The charm into the Misfortune almost able. Oh!
The Baron! That was so good.
I was gonna say almost able to get the pick on that Trundle, but Baron said, "I'll give you this one." And that will push Badgers off of Baron, reset the Baron, give UNI a bit more time. Sylas pushing up for this kill, but gonna get caught out here by UNI. They're all still here, but not able to stun him long enough to get that pick off. Meanwhile, Sejuani pushing this bot lane in. That was a poke. Thank you. Thank you, Ezreal, for being the character that you are. Yeah, you can see there just how much you and I can get punished for not being able to engage against this Ezreal. Just dealing so much damage from the distance while being safe from engage. You really have to engage on Ezreal early and take him out. And Badger's just gonna go ahead and start Baron again. Say, you stopped us last time, do it again. UNI is rotating up to try to do just that though. Positioning around this Baron. Here comes the Misfortune. Coming out from the Sylas this time though.
I mean, that's another Baron stop from UNI. At least, you know, they've come down to recognize what's going on.
Big hook from the Blitzcrank there. Misfortune gonna get a pick there though. Trundle going down, that's a big one. Rakan not gonna chase that. Yeah, so trading 1-for-1 is pretty good for UNI right now, seeing as they're down as much as they are. The value of a life for UNI is less than the value of a member from the Badgers at the moment, so definitely happy with the 1-for-1. Silas is just such an interesting character. Being able to take all of those ults and be that utility character that he can be. Yeah, both teams just farming their jungles here. Getting ready for this 4th dragon. For that first stun, UNI finds it, pops the Lux, or not Lux, Misfortunal. Both teams just diving in at each other. 1-for-1 trade, there goes the Misfortune and Rakan from UNI though. And there goes the Seraphine. That is a full ace for the Badgers here. Gonna go ahead and take this dragon for free.
I was gonna say at the beginning of that fight, both teams lost their junglers, and it was looking to be pretty fair, but the AC Badgers were just able to clean up all those kills and take the dragon for free.
Yeah. Yeah, both teams losing their jungler is more leaning towards the side of UNI, but Trundle had done a decent amount of damage at that point, and wow, this Mordekaiser.
Yeah.
So far ahead. Has yet to die. 700 gold bounty if they manage to get a pick on him. But it's looking like a Baron for the Badgers as well.
And Trundle is back up to take it. Oh.
And that should almost secure this game here for the Badgers.
I mean, I guess the one thing UNI still has going for them, they do have their, is it tier 3 or tier 1 towers?
I think it's 3.
Tier 3. They still have their tier 3 towers up, in front of the inhibitors, so...
Yeah, it's gonna take a bit of work to push these minions in, but...
I would say, unless UNI loses a fight pretty badly, not quite in endgame territory yet.
Yeah, for sure. They've still got some time to hold out here, but the advantage that they're gonna get, the Badgers are gonna get from this buff, are gonna make things pretty rough here. And there we see the minions just walking on up to that tower. Siege minion completely out of range. Not even gonna engage on the tower themselves, just gonna sit back and let their minions take about a third of the tower's health, just for existing there.
Yeah, I mean, the Ace Badgers have decided to split push and took... Was that top tower that they took? Yeah.
Yep, they took top tower.
Looks like
also
mid
got
and
pushed in mid and bot. Gonna go ahead and take out these inhibitors. Silas popping that Misfortune ult. Knock up on the Rakan. Misfortune herself ulting now. Almost picking off that Mordekaiser, but... And that is 2 or 3 inhibitors down. I can't quite. 2 inhibitors down.
Inhibitors, yeah. I will say, now it's looking pretty scary for UNI.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult. They need to start getting picks now. And they are able to start doing that, taking out the Mordekaiser.
But the Silas using the Seraphine ult for the end game.
Yeah, the Silas really putting in work with these ults here, just picking the right ult for the right situation here, and that is going to be the game. Yeah, definitely a rough one for UNI there. Those early picks coming out from the Badgers are really just able to propel them through the game, just keeping on to that momentum.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely rough start for UNI, but if they're able to pull it back this game, get some right bans, and see what happens from there.
Yeah, not anything they can't come back from, but they're definitely going to need to make some adjustments. And now we wait for them to start their second draft here. So yeah, I could definitely see some more targeted bans coming out from UNI based on the team comp they just fought against here. Can't say I foresee a Blitzcrank ban most likely, but I definitely the Blitzcrank did put in work with some of those hooks, but I think just about any support will be able to do the same amount of damage there. The Mordekaiser definitely an issue once Mordekaiser got the ball rolling. The Silas put in a lot of work there. I think those would be the two major offenders I'd be looking at to ban.
I'm just trying to think. I mean, honestly, it didn't feel like. I mean, obviously, we saw the Mordekaiser was pretty far ahead in kills, along with the Trundle early game. But I felt like their team play was just a lot better coming from the Badgers. Just they were able to catch UNI when they were like too far ahead or just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I mean the Badgers were there and they were ready, and they capitalized on those picks. So we'll see, what UNI does in response. But.
For sure, yeah. Just UNI would be out roaming, and they'd get hit with an engage when they weren't expecting it, and that happened a couple of times. And then by the time UNI was able to get all of their CC chained together and get those team engages, it was just a bit too late for them. Not having the damage they needed to shred through the tanky team that the Badgers had. Man, that Action picture is just staring at me.
Do you not like playing against Action?
I don't have any personal issue with him. It's just that face, It's just staring at me. He's just got that look.
Just has the look.
He's a combo deck in the Legends of Runeterra, so I'm kind of scarred from that. But in terms of League, I don't have any issues with him.
What is your university Twitch? Okay. Well, some people from their team are gonna come watch us, I guess. Maybe we'll have some people talking in the chat. I know it's been pretty quiet tonight, so.
That it has. We'll
2-3 subbing.
You know it, we'll take it.
We can't become what's it called?
Yeah.
Partners or
yeah.
whatever.
Affiliates.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense. Unfortunate. You'll just have to plug your YouTube channel.
So we do upload all of the VODs onto YouTube, but so it looks like they are starting. UNI has the first ban. So we'll see if they're gonna ban anything from last game or stick with their original bans.
We will. And we'll see if the Viego is still banned. There's the Mordekaiser ban. Yep, just right off the bat.
Right off the bat, they do not want to see the Mordekaiser.
And Soraka ban sticking around from the Badgers as well.
So interesting to me. The Soraka ban. Have we seen UNI play Soraka at all?
I do not believe I've seen any UNI Soraka.
Like it's always the Rakan. We see lots of Rakan.
Lots of Rakan, yeah, for sure.
The Annie ban again. So someone on the Badgers must play Annie.
And there's the Viego ban. Yep.
As per usual.
Yeah, you know, it's apparently a strong ban against UNI because we've seen it, what, 3 weeks in a row at least? A lot of Viego ban. They are banning the Blitzcrank. Interesting. And the Kane ban from the Badgers. Yeah, I was not expecting to see the Blitzcrank ban, but UNI doesn't want to deal with it, so might be going for a slightly more ranged build in that case then. Raven. The Axe Slinger.
Draven and Lucian. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Both very strong early game bot laners.
Lucian Thresh. This is going to be an aggressive bot lane.
For sure. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if we've got early game support for UNI as well, because if so, that'll definitely be a lane to watch in this early laning phase.
Draven Lulu. We've seen the Lulu from UNI a few times. I don't know if I've seen them win with the Lulu. So,
yeah.
this will be interesting. I'm trying to think what... Have they played it with Draven in the past?
No, I don't think I've seen a UNI Draven yet, but I have seen the Lulu.
I'm trying to remember what other, what champion they've played the Lulu with, but I can't remember.
I do not recall either, but also seeing the Shen. Yeah, Shen, pretty good at all stages of the game. You know, he's not particularly astounding at any point, but he's never bad either. So, and the Shen Lulu deck is also pretty good. So obviously, it must be a pretty good comp.
Base all League of Legends comps on Runeterra decks.
Yeah, pretty much. Lucian, I wouldn't ever play without Senna, so there is that problem here. But
So AC
yeah.
Badgers have already lost. They don't have the Lucian Senna, right?
Well, Senna's not banned yet, so I suppose
True,
we could
they
see
could
like
go. They could
a
go
Senna
fresh
top
top.
or something.
Oh, Senna
Yeah,
top. Yeah.
I've played a game or two with Thresh Jungle. It's not a good idea, but I've done it.
I know the like basing League of Legends comps off of current TFT.
Yeah.
Like having like I think we've done like pirates. There was one I remember playing. I don't remember what we did though. But got the good old TFT comps going in League of Legends.
That sounds interesting.
Oh, Senna's getting banned.
Never mind. Yeah, game over, I guess. Easy win for you and I, game 3.
So it looks like the Seraphine is getting banned. So I'm curious to see what UNI will pull out for the mid lane.
Seeing that Ornn ban again.
Or
But, this time from UNI.
so the 3 bans from last game, we have the Mordekaiser, the Blitzcrank, and the Silas coming from UNI in response to last game, and the Badgers have Seraphine banned in response to the last game, which I think that makes sense. I mean, Seraphine got some of those early picks and was able to shut down the Silas for the first time. So Camille coming from the Badgers.
Yeah, another early game aggressive pick.
So, is it Camille top and a Mumu jungle, or a Mumu jungle or who's top and who's jungle? I guess is my question.
So, man, since it's a Shin top, probably from UNI, I could really see either. You could either go the Amumu to just try to outscale the Shin, or you could just put in that Camille and try to bully Shin. But I'm not quite sure here. I'd probably rather see the Camille in the top lane. But
Pantheon jungle?
man, this is an interesting team.
Huh. Or is it Shen jungle, Pantheon top? I'm assuming it's Nico mid.
Yeah, so let's see. We've definitely got Draven Lulu, right? For bot
Yeah,
lane.
I feel like that's pretty... I don't think those two you would want to take anywhere else.
Nico's probably mid then.
Yeah.
And then Shin top Pantheon jungle? Yeah? That seems like the way it would shake out. Pantheon jungle. Another like early game pick. Definitely gonna see a lot more aggression this game if I had to guess. A lot of these characters are a lot stronger in the early game and start to fall off later. So I would expect to see a faster game here.
The weak fear the shadows.
Fear controls them.
I'm being asked to bark in the chat. Sorry, I don't think that's gonna happen. Unfortunately, I am not a dog, therefore, do not bark.
Oh, Addy. Yeah, Pantheon jungle, probably.
Well,
Thresh jungle. Let's see it.
I'm very, very confused right now. I thought these line up, but maybe they don't line up.
So they can, but I suppose they don't have to.
If they did line up, it would be Shen top, Camille top, Pantheon, and a Thresh jungle. I don't think Thresh is.
Okay, so the Thresh jungle
It has to be Thresh
is
support.
a Thresh jungle is a pick you make to assert dominance. Uh, Thresh jungle is pretty funny. I'll be honest. It's not good, but it is funny.
I don't even remember who their other pick was. Oh, a Mumu. I mean, okay, I could see a Mumu
Amumu
support.
support. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing.
I've seen a Mumu support, and then I guess Thresh jungle. Good luck. Good luck to the Thresh jungle, I guess.
Hey, it's playable. You know, it's bad, but it is playable. Yeah, they're gonna switch. Yep,
Okay,
Amumu
okay.
jungle.
You know, they had us. They had us going. They had us going for a little bit, but.
I would love to see the Thresh jungle. I have played exactly 2 games on Thresh jungle, I believe. So, you know, it's a thing.
Did you win? Did you assert dominance?
We don't have to talk about that, really, but
Okay.
all that really matters is that I did it, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
results
what's
are
important.
irrelevant. Yeah, results are irrelevant. Um,
It's like
it wasn't.
my Ari stats. I have a lot of games on
Yeah,
Ari.
yeah,
I really enjoy Ari. Do not look at my win rate on
yeah,
Ari.
exactly, exactly. You know, it wasn't ranked, so I wasn't ruining anyone's day. Although I guess it is still league, so I probably
People
ruined somebody's
people
day.
still
But
get pretty upset
I was playing
during.
a 4 stack, so at most I only ruined one person's day. You know,
Okay.
and I can live with ruining one person's day in unrated. That's something I can handle.
I don't know. I think if you get like if your day is ruined by your unranked games, you might. I don't. I think there's a lot of other factors maybe that were contributing to their ruined day.
That is fair enough. So, hmm. It'll be definitely interesting to see this Shen shield in this matchup. I think is going to do a lot of work.
I'm excited to see the Shen. I like. I think you and I's played Shen before. I enjoy seeing the Shen, so I'm excited to see it. I'm also excited to see Nico. I know I said I play Ari earlier. Nico is my second most played mid. Has a little bit higher win rate than my Ari. I love Nico. Nico is very fun. I know Bailey Joe usually does different builds than I do on Nico, so I'm curious to see what they will be building. But I do love some Nico gameplay.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've got the Badgers losing their they lost their hook support and said no, we're still using a hook support. So that's pretty interesting.
I mean, honestly, if you're asking me, Thresh is the cooler, edgier Blitzcrank. Is
Thresh
how
is
I see
very
it.
fun. I agree. Uh, but yeah, and we'll definitely see how this LeBlanc pick goes. If LeBlanc is able to get a pick or two on the Nico, it'll be really, really tough for you and I. So definitely want to make sure that doesn't happen.
I'm not too familiar with playing against LeBlanc. I know... Actually, I played her once in an ARAM. I don't remember how that went. It was ARAM.
Yeah, so I know LeBlanc's just like she's really strong early game because she's got her ability combos are just really strong early game. They deal a lot of damage, and then once she builds her items that are fairly cheap for the mid game, she can snowball pretty hard. But I think she falls off pretty hard if it gets to the late game. So we shall see. Obviously, all of this is theory and speculative, and doesn't matter if that's not how the game plays out.
It is true. Let's see here. We are in the game. Alright, looks like Stream has acknowledged me in the game now as well.
The Amumu Hobble is always a great way to start the day.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
All going through the mid bush this time. Going for that engage, missing the hook. Gonna go for that dive anyways. Not gonna get anything too large off of it. A very strong, bold engage coming out there. Not quite getting rewarded for it, but Badgers did try it. You gotta respect that.
Minions have spawned.
Lots of question mark pings. I don't know if there is some miscommunication there or if they're just goofing around.
Thresh is jungling, man. I don't know why they're pinging. Just let the Thresh jungle. Thresh is probably one of the strongest carries in the game right now, so... Big engage coming in the bot lane already.
Oh!
I told you, the Thresh carry, getting that pick on the Draven. Thresh is just such a powerful character with so much attack damage. You know, it's pretty insane. But in all seriousness, you know, Thresh is pretty interesting as he gets more powerful the less he does. Getting his damage boosted the longer he goes without using an auto attack. So he can deal some pretty decent damage on his first hit. But LeBlanc trying to get that early pick, get that snowball going. Almost finding it, but not quite able to get there.
Patience isn't a virtue, it is the virtue.
And there's the engage coming out again. Gonna get poked out by the tower, almost going down. UNI would have loved to have seen it. Yeah, UNI jungle just walking on down, clearing out some wards, getting ready to go through for the second wave of farm. Amumu going top for the Badgers here. Might be looking for a pick on the Shin, but Shin playing it safe there. having that having the knowledge that a gank might be coming, backing off there. Man, there's just something about watching Draven spin his axes. It's really hypnotizing.
It is. I love watching Dravens like catch their axes as well.
Yeah, so as we can see, definitely some more Nico tricks. Gonna be a little rough for LeBlanc here. But yeah, definitely more aggressive than we saw last game. The pick right off the bat coming out, and both in most of these lanes playing a lot more aggressively, seeing a lot lower life bars here than we did in the first game.
Looks like LeBlanc will be the first one. Well, I guess Shen and LeBlanc both have their level 6. So UNI probably be looking to get someone low. Maybe Shen will be able to get a pick off that. We'll see.
Thresh looking to pull that Amumu in and get a big engage there. Not quite gonna find it, but a good setup. A good dodge from UNI on that ability there. Just that little micromanagement. Oh, the gank coming in from UNI. Not gonna be able to find anything off of it though, it looks like.
I wonder how close Pantheon is. Not quite to level 6. I know once we have both the Pantheon and the Shen ults online for UNI, we'll have a lot more mobility across the map.
For sure. Definitely interesting to see the Pantheon here with no Whispers or Warriors, but you know, still a pretty good character on its own. So. And the Amumu sitting there in that top lane for that gank, but
Just waiting.
Shen's still playing it safe. Yeah, UNI with that Shen up top, doing a good job of playing it safe, not overextending. They've been looking for that pick a couple times now up there, but the Badgers haven't found it yet. So
UNI is definitely being smarter this time around about not getting picked off a bunch early.
for sure, LeBlanc trying to get an engage going there in the mid lane, but. Yeah, seeing LeBlanc this late in the game without a pick is probably not a good sign for her, but we shall see if she's able to find one soon or not. In terms of CS, both teams are still pretty even.
Oh, this could be interesting.
Ooh. Teleporting through that skill there.
Alright, if Nico will come down to help potentially. Maybe they can secure this kill on LeBlanc. Yeah. Well, there goes the flash.
There's the attempt, but gonna get out of there. And yeah, Dragon is up, but neither team has rotated down for it quite yet. There's currently not much vision control down there, so definitely gonna be wanting to work towards that. Looks like a Moo is doing just that. And a pick up top here, perhaps. Looks like not quite able to find it there. The ult coming out from Nico, not quite gonna find anything. Camille is at a fairly low health. Gonna be wanting to play it a little safe there. And it looks like there might be an engage coming in here soon, down by the dragon.
I always find it so interesting how long it takes, like in these 5v5 settings, for a first dragon. I mean, we're 11 minutes into the game, and they're now starting to look at the dragon. Maybe set up for it.
For sure, and it's definitely interesting too. Like the first week, UNI was all over the dragon. Seemed like that's all they wanted, but they've been playing it a lot slower ever since that week. UNI looking to do something about this River Herald. Flashes in, but the Amumu gonna be able to make it out. Looks like the that might not be the case here for the Camille, though. LeBlanc is able to steal that River Herald, but gets picked off for doing so.
I mean, I don't think they're able to pick it up. Yeah. So they get the gold, but they won't have it to use.
Yeah. Pretty even trade-off when it's all said and done there.
I mean, I think UNI comes out on top there because the... I mean, the Badgers were the ones who started the Herald, and then UNI comes out now with 2 kills.
Right.
And Pantheon got both of them.
That is true. And it also looks like UNI managed to get the Drake, so... UNI a little bit ahead at the moment now.
I'd say they've definitely improved on communication from last game, or at least responding to what's going on in the map. We're kind of seeing a flip from both sides on that.
For sure. And yeah, interestingly enough, both teams are dead even on CS. LeBlanc is now 1 ahead, but yeah, in the mid lane, dead even in terms of CS. In the other lanes, UNI is a little bit ahead, but... And there's the LeBlanc pick. A little late, but LeBlanc will take what LeBlanc can get. Yeah, LeBlanc gonna get some of that gold from the tower plating as well. Gonna be working on finishing up that first big item. And then we'll see if the Badgers are able to scale off of that, take it out of hand. UNI definitely ahead in these other two lanes at the moment, though.
It looks like the Badgers were looking to make a move bot side, but like I said, UNI's reaction this game much better than it was last game. We're able to stop that from happening.
Yeah, looks like just gonna go ahead and Badgers are gonna start taking down wards, get that little bit of gold, remove that vision from UNI. Try to set up some plays for later as well.
Can't run from trouble. Sure can delay it for a spell.
Bailey Joe, mythic enemy. Yeah, definitely saw some decent action in the early game, but as we start pushing into this mid game here, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Looks like UNI is postured to start working to take a pick and start on this dragon. Amumu goes for the engage, but UNI is all teamed up here. Gonna pick off the Amumu in response. See a flash out there from the LeBlanc. Thresh goes for the big stun, gets polymorphed, and there goes the Lucian. UNI gonna go ahead and start this Drake. Yep, pretty free Drake for UNI there. Good stuff. UNI is up a couple K in gold. They're up to 2 dragons. They're up a couple kills. Things are looking much better for UNI. Big hook on the Draven here. That's a pretty
such
great
a
pick.
massive hook coming from Thresh from the Badgers. Oh,
And another one gonna go ahead and
Yikes.
pick off the Lulu too. Very good hooks from the Thresh there.
yeah, I mean the Badgers are saying, hey, we are not out yet. We are still in this game. We are here to fight. Yeah, beautiful hooks.
Yeah, definitely, and LeBlanc is gonna go ahead and just chip away at this tower a little bit by bit. But yeah, we are in the mid game, and Lucian and Thresh are definitely both strong right now. So that hook is gonna lead to a very easy kill. There's a Road for Herald being picked up by the Badgers. Looks like Amumu might be going mid with it, seeing as they've taken down the first tower. Never mind, we see some pings down in the bot lane. Mumu's gonna run into that Lulu, perhaps. Looks like Lulu's just gonna back off in there. You know, you really think the top lane engages are gonna mean something. And then you realize it's top lane, you know?
I always think that. Every time it goes to top lane, I'm like, oh, maybe something will happen this time. This person is almost half health. But, yeah.
Yeah, I really, there we go. Yeah, just that heal, the disengage, Camille especially having that mobility. It's just, it's gonna take 3 or 4 engages before anything actually comes out of these engages. And I feel confident to talk about other things in the middle of them.
Yeah, I mean, looks like UNI will take the first tower, despite having 2 extremely low towers, both mid and bot.
Oh, might almost get a pick here, but close enough to the tower that
And
not
the flash
going to
comes
be.
out, yeah. Not quite.
And there goes the mid tower.
Pantheon? Potentially in for the kills.
Oh, big engage from the Pantheon here.
Oh, and a Mumu potentially going down as well, so that's... UNI will take out 2 at the cost of their turret. So
Yeah,
2
Mumu
for 1
going
and
in for that
turret.
kill. Mumu really wanted it, but gets picked off for it, so probably not worth it there.
It does make the sides a little bit more even in terms of map control. Both mid towers are down.
Yeah, the tower was definitely worth going in for. And I suppose if you're already that deep, maybe you just take the pick while you can, if you're gonna die anyways, but man.
Oh! The flash coming out from the Draven with the Pantheon engage.
Not quite gonna find anything there, and that is a Pantheon ult that you are now down. Looks like there's a Shin ult down as well.
They did get 2 flashes, I believe, for it.
Yeah, but it's like a good pick on the Lulu.
Oh.
And there goes the Pantheon as well.
Be a fairly simple Drake for the Badgers. Seeing UNI is down, their jungler and their support. Yeah.
Yep, no smite to steal. No big ults like Lux ult. And it looks like oh, maybe? Nico is pretty tricky.
Oh, just killed on the block!
That was an interesting fight right there. They end up going 1 for 1. And there goes another tower with the Shin up top. Yeah, that was a pretty awkward engage. A lot of people not quite going down when they probably should have, but
Well, I mean,
it happens how it happens, you know?
they engaged before that with the Pantheon ult. The Badgers backed off, and then UNI wasn't quite sure what to do, and then the rest of the team for the Badgers came down and they were able to capitalize off that confusion. So, just kind of spiraled out of there for UNI.
For sure. Nico moment indeed, chat. And yeah, Badger's just looking around here, clearing out that vision.
That Lulu is braver than I am. I would not chase down a Thresh as an enchanter support.
Yeah, it seems like something you probably wouldn't want to do, but
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
yeah, LeBlanc pushing in that top tower. I'm gonna try to pinch this Pantheon, perhaps. Both teams getting set up, getting vision around this Baron.
Oh.
Ooh. Nico getting caught out of place here. Pretty easy pick for the Badgers there.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Man, the turret's just going down left and right now. Oh, big engage. Coming in from the LeBlanc there. Gets picked off, but does so much damage in the process. Gets the pick on the Draven. And the reverse engage coming in from UNI. Pantheon able to make it out of there. Goes back in on the Amumu. Probably gonna die for that one. There goes the Shen. This Pantheon is still alive. Manages to pick off the Camille, actually.
I was gonna say, they did get the pick on the Camille, so they did come out. I guess they're still down one because they lost to Nico early, but not too terrible of a trade. Not as bad as it could have been.
Well, the LeBlanc also went down though, so pretty even, all things considered. Both teams pretty even in terms of gold here. Experience is pretty close. This is just a pretty even game. Both teams picking teams that are trying to play at the same pace. No one's getting outplayed severely. Just some good, honest, fair League of Legends, you know? LeBlanc didn't get any crazy early picks to start that super early snowball.
I'll say, I mean, they have the Dark Seal, but currently with 0 stacks, so
Yeah.
that's always tough. I feel like Dark Seal is always a gamble on if you're gonna get the picks or not.
UNI going in for this pick here, though. Gets the early stun, but not quite able to find anything off of it. Or sorry, the early polymorph. Meanwhile, in top lane.
Cool.
Big engage coming in from UNI. There goes the LeBlanc once again. The Pantheon getting picked off. They're even taking out the Thresh there. This engage is still going here. Gonna go ahead and try to find the pick on the Camille. Finds it, but the Nico goes down. Draven getting so much gold out of this.
Quadra kill coming in from the Draven. This was the team fight, you know, that UNI needed. They only lost 2 and were able to take down the entire enemy team. They'll pick up this dragon as well.
Definitely a good fight for UNI there. Draven is going to have so much gold after this. Getting the final hit on that dragon too. So definitely looking to see this Draven carry for the rest of this game, most likely.
Yeah, and I mean, I think they chose a good AD carry for that as well. They really needed this for that Draven to really...
Yeah, and Draven probably having a bit better late game than the Pantheon is going to have here. So... They have that ward there. They know UNI is there. Gonna go ahead and drag that Pantheon out. So much damage going on to the Shen there. Gets the pick. Having that ward in that bush, knowing the Shen is there, and taking full advantage of that. Oh, and the backline engage on this Nico as well. Gonna be able to almost make it out because Nico is tricky, but I am tricky. He knows the tricks of Nico. Draven just finishing off that Thresh as well. Amumu going for the dive. Not gonna get punished for it.
I will say, if I were UNI here, I mean, I would not want to start any fights unless my Draven is there, which is how that first fight started, but
yeah,
with the
this
Draven
Draven
here,
does
I mean,
so much damage. Yeah, this Amumu is just isn't quite tanky enough to dive in when the Draven is there. Pantheon just gonna jab through that Amumu. Yeah, it's always tough when you can't really engage as a Mumu, you know? Sometimes you're just not tanky enough. Same kind of issue that like Nautilus will have sometimes. UNI is just gonna go ahead and say, we can start this Baron.
yeah.
Thresh is here to go for the snipe, but doesn't quite get it. Very close, though. Camille dives in, gets picked off instantly. Would have been very funny to see a Thresh steal that Baron, but not quite gonna find it there.
So it looks like it will be Cloud Soul for the teams, which I believe, yeah, reduces slow resistance and movement speed. So not the best soul in the game.
Yeah, especially with these teams. It would have been very nice as a soul for the Badgers last game, but nowhere near as much CC in this game, so not as helpful. Gonna go ahead and pick off that Amumu real quick. Catch him walking out of place, hit him with the polymorph, walk him into the wall, stun him, and yeah, easy pick for UNI there. And UNI is definitely starting to run away with this game.
I mean, I think they just have the better late game comp with the Lulu Draven scaling.
Yeah, this Draven just doing so much damage.
You know, if we go into a third game, I bet it's pretty safe to say we're going to be seeing a Draven ban coming from the Badgers.
Sure. Yeah, Draven does have that Infinity Edge built, so the damage is going to be pretty insane on him. And yeah, like this LeBlanc just didn't get to scale, didn't get to snowball in the early game as hard as LeBlanc wants to. So not quite able to carry that early game and go for an early closeout.
Oh. Those tower dives kills always get me. I'm too much of a coward to ever go for them, but
yeah, I get that for sure. They are spooky. Especially when you see a Lulu getting it. But
yeah, looks like you and I will be getting Cloud Soul for this game.
is Cloud Soul also the one that affects your ult recharge?
I don't think so. I think, wait, I just had it up. Cloud Soul, movement speed, and movement speed after you use your ult.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So just movement speed. It'll make them a little bit faster, easier to catch up.
Movement speed and slowdown stuff. Yeah. Yeah, not super useful, but you know, still better than nothing. Still gives you the experience.
Test of good manners is patience.
I mean,
Yeah, you and I
plus
just
they
walking
have
around playing
the
sports.
ocean and the hex tech from earlier, which it would have been nice to see the hex tech, maybe some, oh my gosh, the fire one for the Draven. But,
Yeah. Yeah, just watching Draven shred these little minions and help push through that wave so fast. And yeah, UNI says, I don't have Baron buff, but I'm gonna go ahead and split push. We're pushed up this far. We're feeling pretty safe about it. Big hook coming in from the Thresh there. Neil gonna be able to waltz away, but not the LeBlanc. Nico gonna go down from the Lucian though. Wow, yeah, this damage from UNI is pretty insane. But there goes the Draven.
I mean,
UNI
even
still
with the
able to
Draven down, UNI just cleans up those kills.
Yeah, Draven already did his damage. The health was very low on the side of the Badgers, so they were able to clean up. And it looks like they're just going to go ahead and push through, get as much tower damage as they can here.
Red team's turret has been
Hopefully those minions will be able to start on those inhibitors and start getting ready for a final push.
destroyed.
Yep, so all the towers down, aside from those Nexus towers, so UNI just needs one more good push and they'll be set to try to take this game.
So yeah, I'm curious if they're gonna go for a Baron or... I guess Elder Dragon's still not up for another 2.5 minutes, so we'll see if they go for a Baron before looking to end. And I mean, if the Badgers are able to take this Baron or get picks off of it from the damage that Baron does, it could turn the tide in their favor. Oh!
You're not gonna walk in there, but bulky enough that they're gonna withstand the engage, and Draven's just gonna shred through the team.
The Shen was like just begging. He's like, "Yeah, come after me. See what happens."
Yeah, Shen just had so much bulk there that the Badgers weren't able to burst him down. UNI doesn't need Baron right now. They got 3 picks. They can just go ahead and push. They don't need to waste their time with Baron here. Yeah, this is game. Good stuff from UNI in game 2.
Yeah, so it looks like this will be our I think this is our 3rd game now going into map 3.
I think this is week 4, right?
Yeah, this is week 4. I think there was one week. It was
first 2 were both 2 games, I think.
The first 2 were both.
Yeah, I think first week was 2-0, second week was 0-2, third week was 1-2, and now we're 1-1. I think that's right. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But yeah, UNI able to adapt their team, play a lot more aggressively that game, but, well, I shouldn't say that. Their team was a lot more aggressively oriented, able to withstand the pressure early, and they played a lot safer, not getting picked off in that early game. really
feel
helped
like
the.
I would almost say, yeah, like they're the opposite of aggressive. They were more responsive and just playing the game a little bit safer to not get picked off because they kind of learned from that first game how aggressive the Badgers can be, and they were willing to back it up. And I think UNI respected that a lot more in the second game, and just all around in that early middle game, just a lot better at making calls and playing off of each other as a team.
Yeah, for sure. Aggressive, not necessarily the word I was looking for, but just playing those characters that are a lot stronger in the early game, so there was less chance of them just being punished by being out of place. And yeah, especially like we saw that Shin in the top lane just playing so safe, even when the Badgers were trying to rotate up for a pick. And like even in that very first like minute, we saw the Badgers try to go for an invade, but missing the thresh hook and just backing off, understanding that they can't try to extend that when they miss their hook.
So, what bans are you looking for coming from either side this game?
So I could understand going for the Draven ban because Draven was like very powerful in that late game. But I don't know if that's necessarily just the Draven so much as a consequence of your team comp being so early game oriented and not quite getting it, and
Yeah.
then just getting punished by a Draven that outscales you. So I don't know. I think it would be. I would understand if they do ban the Draven from the Badger, if the Badgers wanted to ban the Draven, but I don't know if that's necessary. I feel like we're probably still going to see the Viego ban.
free
Um,
free Viego. Let him play. I want to see it at least once.
yeah,
At
me
least
too.
once. I have to know why it's getting banned all the time.
Uh, let's see. Is there anything that I would ban from that game on the side of UNI? I could see maybe the Thresh was probably the most threatening thing that I saw um, from UNI's perspective.
So it
I
looks
think the
like we're
really
just
strong.
waiting on the Badgers mid laner is, I'm assuming, going to the bathroom. They did not use that language, but
You know, uh, that's how it be. These are long games. Sometimes
yes.
we gotta go. But yeah, would love to see the Viego. Feel like we're not going to, but would love to see Viego be free. Just one. Maybe one day we'll see a team that didn't do their research. I think the LeBlanc could have been problematic, but I think specifically Nico having that tricky Nico power, being able to have those illusions and stuff made it really hard to go in for a full dive and get those early picks. So I think that was an interesting counter pick.
Yeah, I mean, as you were saying, like, I don't know anything about LeBlanc, but the fact that LeBlanc was an early game champion and just wasn't able to get those early game picks, I know There was one point where both Nico and the LeBlanc were super low, and just the Nico not dying there, staying alive, not letting the LeBlanc get that pick, um, probably helped stop or will prevent that snowball effect.
Yeah, and you did point out at that one point that there was the stacking item on the LeBlanc with no stacks.
Yeah,
It's painful.
the Dark Seal. I usually never build Dark Seal because I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna get kills, so I'm just not gonna risk it and go for an item that will help me regardless. It looks like we are starting the champion select.
All right, let's see the Aurelian Soul Ban.
The Aurelian Soul ban. Oh man.
Just for fun. The Soraka ban, first ban every game. Very interesting.
It's gonna be Soraka ban followed by Viego ban. Something's just telling me that that's what
Yeah.
it's gonna be, and it's not the fact that they did that the last two games or anything.
No, that would be crazy.
Yeah. The Mordekaiser ban is staying.
That's fair.
Oh, who could have guessed?
Man,
Forever banned.
I cry every time.
Maybe someday we'll get to see him for you. I'm thinking UNI is probably gonna keep with the same bands so far, and it looks like the Badgers might be as well with, I mean, the Soraka, Diego, Kane ban.
Yeah, that's pretty standard for what we've seen.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if they're gonna stick with the Seraphine and what did they ban? I don't remember what they banned.
Um, I know you and I banned Orange.
Oh yeah,
But
sticking with
seeing
the
the Orange
Blitzcrank
get
ban.
hit, man, I'm just waiting for the. I'm just picking random champions now. The Corky mix-up.
The Corky picks up.
The Orange Corky is coming in. I can feel it.
Or are you think Corky ban or they're gonna play Corky?
No, they're gonna play.
I didn't even realize. So the Badgers picked Ornn, which had been banned
we're
both
gonna
the two
see,
previous games. And
we're
UNI's
gonna
going
see
Thresh.
Orange Corky.
What is going on?
This is gonna be a wild one. There has to be a Corky if it's a wild game, you know?
Oh. Wow. So have we seen? Whoa! What?
Kennen.
Thresh, Kennen. I don't think I've ever played against a Kennen, like ever.
Yeah,
With.
definitely not a common character. Another really good early game character though.
I'm very interested to see some Kennen gameplay. My only knowledge of Kennen is through TFT. I'm level like 50 something, which isn't much, but I'm level 50 something, and I've never played with or against a Kennen. I don't think.
Yeah, I know he's a pretty good early game character. The Trundle coming back out for the Badgers. Perhaps. Not locked in yet, but hovering the Trundle.
Orange Trundle Ash. I got the Freljord coming in.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, so looks like so far the Badgers are gearing up for the late game this time around.
They've learned. Swain. So Okay, I know they're mid laner, so I'm thinking this is Swain mid, Thresh
Yep.
support,
Yep.
Kennen top.
And top. Man, I love Swain so much. He's one of my favorite characters.
Don't worry, we can watch the Swain stacks again.
The Silas ban. Yeah, that's a good ban.
That's fair. Wow, I'm just UNI's really mixing it up. Like after doing so well last game, and then just
It was the
completely
Draven ban.
picking. Okay, the Draven ban.
If
There it
they do decide
goes.
they don't want to play against it.
I mean, I wouldn't either after that last game.
Yeah, that is a valid decision.
What are other like winter characters? Anivia. If they go Anivia mid. I don't think you can play Sejuani or Olaf support. Trendemir support.
Yeah.
Bear support. Yeah. No winter team, sadly.
I mean, you could play Ashe support.
That is true. Well, then who? Oh, Braum. Braum support.
Braum
Mid.
support.
They could do it. The power is in their hands to play the winter team comp. What is it? Braum, and then what? They still need a mid? Anivia. Yeah.
Yeah, we would love to see the theme team for
Oh,
Badgers.
Lissandra got banned, so no Lissandra. But yeah.
That is a shame.
I wonder why the Lissandra ban. That felt very random. So is the Sivir ban.
We did see Stiver for UNI last week,
Okay.
and it did put in work, I believe. So I can understand that.
There's your Senna this game. Senna Ash.
All right.
I am excited to see the Zeri. I haven't seen UNI Zeri in a hot minute, and it's been pretty decent in the past, so I'm very excited to see how much they've improved on it. Vex. The Vex mid.
Yeah. So looks like Badgers are buckling up for a much longer game this time around.
And then Nocturne.
Bice.
Man, nothing strikes fear in the heart quite as much as a Nocturne ult.
For sure. Yeah, there's really no other feeling quite like it. And yeah, taking advantage of the fact that a lot of the DPS coming out from the Badgers is not necessarily a single target DPS or 1v1 material when you're getting jumped on. You know, they like to play at a much longer range. Take those picks where they can get them. Be able to try to help you out a little bit.
The weak fear the shadow.
And yeah, Ornn always an interesting one. Can never go wrong with an Ornn.
It's like a little trolling potentially coming from Badgers hovering the Yumi after they already picked.
Yeah, Yumi's a character.
Yumi
I
is a
I can
character.
never decide how I feel about Yumi. I can't say I've ever been particularly impressed, but
I know Yumi was pretty strong when it came out. I never played Yumi, but I watched a streamer who really liked playing Yumi, and yeah.
fair enough. And we got the Lagoon Cannoneer coming out for
Lagoon
UNI here.
Cannoneer. Yes. No other TFT.
Senna, right?
Oh yeah, Senna's in the Rage Wing. Yeah.
Cannoneer as well.
Cannoneer v Cannoneer. Ooh, will come out on top. I think Zeri is what, a 3 cost, Senna's a 1 cost,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
the odds are in Zeri's favor.
And yet Senna sees more play.
That's true.
Even Lagoon comps don't use Zeri. Cannoneer comps don't use Zeri. I think she just got buffed today though, so maybe I'll try a Zeri reroll later tonight.
Good old Zeri reroll. Can't say, I gotta say, I'm not gonna lie, Overwatch 2 came out, and that's, like, probably about all I'm gonna be playing.
I played it today and I remembered, oh yeah, this is just Overwatch. But you know, it is what it is. Chat says Swain Gaming. Swain Gaming indeed. Swain is probably the best DPS in the game next to Thresh. So, you know, having both on your team basically just seals the game. So we'll probably see the Thresh jungle here. Nocturne's a pretty good support, you know, so makes sense to me.
I think it makes perfect sense. I'd love to see some Thresh jungle. I mean, we've been teasing it all night. Someone's gotta play it, right?
What has to? If this Thresh isn't jungle, I know who we're interviewing. Yeah, I noticed you weren't really playing the meta Thresh build. What made you choose support?
I definitely think that's something we should ask. We should just start grilling them like, all right, guys, what happened? Why no Thresh jungle?
You made a pretty questionable choice with your team comp. You might have gotten away with it this time, but for next time, I think you could play the Thresh jungle instead. You know?
I think they'll understand. I think they'll take that advice and they'll be like, "You're right. We'll practice the Thresh jungle for next time."
Obviously. It's coming from a very well-educated commentator who knows basically everything about the game, so, you know. Seems pretty reasonable to me.
Extremely reasonable.
Taking a moment to take in these usernames. We've got some interesting ones this game.
Yeah, I really like Chris as my son. Yeah, I don't know. Feel like a nice homage to your son, or if he's not your son, someone named Chris out there is probably like, "Aw, that's my
Chris,
parent
that's my
figure."
name.
Yeah.
That's me, Chris.
Like,
Yeah, Bailey Joe hype. Let's go.
we will be loading it in soon.
Bailey Joe hype. we go. Banana.
Just waiting for stream is not picking up the league game currently. Alright, there we go.
Welcome
Here
to
we are.
Summoner's Rift.
Everybody. Looks like no big invade this time.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
There we go.
Minions have spawned.
Looking at spells again, we see 2 teleports on the Badger side. Only 1 for UNI.
I know they pointed out in the chat, Swain and Zeri both taking Ghost. I never understand the use of Ghost. I know it's like important for some like certain champions, but
It's just, you know, it's not the burst mobility that you get from Flash,
yeah.
but, you know, if you're out in the open, it provides a bit more utility. Helps you escape a bit easier than a Flash would. And yeah, we get some high octane Ornn Kennen top lane here.
My favorite. Top laners in early game.
Both are very well known for their early game DPS and everything, so definitely gonna see 3 picks in the top lane before the 5-minute mark.
I will say I appreciate the use of the Lagoon skins coming out from UNI. Had it on the Seraphine earlier, on the Zeri.
Yeah, it helps me recognize their model.
From TFT.
The blue hair really just helps solidify it for me.
We have some help with the Ghost coming in from chat saying Ghost is insane because its duration is increased with eliminations.
Interesting. Good to know.
Ooh.
Some of that Kennen passive coming in there. Yeah, Vex using that teleport. So yeah, so far both teams playing it pretty safe here. Looks like maybe a gank coming in up top for UNI. There
Oh.
comes Age, but nowhere near enough damage.
No.
Not quite able to get that Ornn to step out of place. you can definitely tell that the Badgers are gearing up for a slower game. Nowhere near as aggressive as they have been this set.
No, I think they're mostly just, you know, looking to get that early farm. Not missing out on any of that early CS.
And we've got a Nocturne actually down in the jungle at the moment.
Here's to see if we'll see any ults coming in from the Kennen or the Swain.
Bundle actually gonna go ahead and rotate up there. Force Cannon to run away for a little bit, but
We've got Ornn online as well.
Ornn definitely providing a lot of that CC. Pretty usable in basically any situation, so never a bad ult to have. Yeah, first dragon has been up, but currently there's not much vision control in that area, so no one's pushed for it quite yet.
Oh, here comes the Ornn ult.
But gonna get engaged on, gonna have to disengage there.
You know, I was wondering what the Nocturne was waiting for, because it looked like they could have gone in for a kill on the Ornn, but maybe it was the Ornn ult. The Nocturne was waiting out.
Probably better to play it safe there. You definitely don't want Ornn to start getting ahead.
No.
Yeah, just waiting to see this this Ashe will get online here. Then we'll get to start seeing some really fun post game coming out in this bot lane here.
Oh!
There's the big. Gonna go ahead and get a pick off on that Senna. Kill does go to the Thresh, so Thresh carry for the rest of the game probably, but
We love to see a fed Thresh.
a pick is a pick at the end of the day. People like to complain about people stealing their kills and all that fun stuff, but you know, it's still a kill. Yeah, top laner's pretending they're gonna have a fight there. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, we're getting another pick coming out from the Badgers this time, though. Getting their revenge kill on the Thresh, making sure Thresh doesn't get too out of hand, you know? Yeah, it's really hard to tell how effective these top lane picks are gonna be until you start getting into those team fights, because until then, they're just kind of up here in their own world. taking a look at CS, you see both teams are still pretty even in terms of CS here. UNI is a bit further ahead in the bot lane, but falling a bit behind in the mid lane there. Aside from that, it's pretty much even. Both teams both have 1 kill. It's just about even. UNI is starting to position for this Drake. At least get vision set up for it. Probably not going to go for the engage as they're trying to get this pick in the top lane.
I killed top lane.
It took 2 of them, but we got there.
Take 2.
I think that's the first pick we've seen in the top lane all day.
Oh,
there's the big
Asher,
poke game.
yeah.
Trundle coming down to help clean this up. But we've also got the Swain coming down from the mid lane for UNI. Flashes in to try to get some of that juicy kill, but not quite enough sustain there. Gonna get picked off, and that's gonna mean death for the Thresh as well. That's 3 picks for the Badgers here. Not great for UNI. They're also gonna lose the dragon over that. Yeah, UNI having the right rotations there, just not quite fast enough. Nocturne not able to be part of that engagement. Gonna end up costing them the dragon there. And now UNI definitely a bit behind. Trying to get the engage on this horn. Gonna come down and help to secure this. This should be a dead Ornn once again.
I mean, if you and I can keep up, just by getting these picks, people out of position, that'll definitely help them catch up from that last fight over the Drake.
Yeah, also interesting to see the Nocturne back off and let Kennen take that kill. But yeah, helping to set this Ornn back. Try to stall out this Ornn as much as possible. Ornn's pretty important to not let get any of that experience, just because Ornn does so much for his team with his items. Big Thresh Hook coming in. Lots of ults coming out here. Nocturne ult getting popped. Yeah, Ashe picking up the double kill there. Another one also going down for UNI, so that's 3 down for UNI, 3 picks for the Badgers. And yeah, Badgers just working on these towers now that they got these picks. Looking like UNI is going to be on the comeback this game. Interestingly enough, despite Ornn being picked off twice, Ornn's not terribly far behind in terms of CS.
Oh man, that is
That was
a
so.
purpose
Oh my
stun
goodness.
thresh.
Yeah, Thresh not able to get out there. Having no mobility options. Swain also gonna go down even through the ult. Things are looking pretty rough for UNI at the moment. And that's gonna be a second tower down for UNI possibly here. Yeah, the Badgers having a much more late game oriented comp, but acknowledging the fact that they have been getting this early game advantage despite that, and are really pushing that advantage. Trying to catch this Orin on his own out here, but a big dive coming in there from the Vex. Not quite able to find another pick, but does get the pick on the Nocturne.
Oh,
Got Thresh blowing with fire. There goes the Zeri to the Ashe, but the Vex getting picked up by the Kinnan. Yeah, Ornn kind of baiting out that engage and actually surviving. So pretty good stuff from the Badgers there.
The song between us.
And there's the second dragon. How are we looking on Swain stacks?
Swain stacks.
Swain stacks, that's what I'm worried about right now. We're
18?
not looking amazing on Swain stacks, but that is unfortunate. Yeah, Swain definitely falling behind in CS, getting picked off a few times. Definitely gonna cost you and I there. Getting that vision down. And then sees the Badgers ready for that gank there and just backs off. Oh, a big root coming in. Ornn gonna try to engage, but not quite gonna get anything off of that one. There's the big Nocturne. That's gonna be a nice pick on the Vex there.
I'm not even playing the game, and I get scared seeing that Nocturne ult with Nocturne just flying across the map.
Yeah, it's always pretty spooky. You always have to respect Nocturne, which just makes pushing so difficult if you're pushing alone. Because, yeah, you just have to respect the fact that at any point you could just die. And I mean, if you're like Ornn, that's not too big of an issue. You've got your ult to get that stunned, you know, you're so tanky. But especially for a character like Vex, that's a genuine concern. UNI trying to get their reverse push going here. UNI has yet to take a tower.
Ooh, the Thresh Hook! Beautiful Thresh Hook.
Yeah, a nice pick for UNI there for sure. It is the Senna, so not the most important character. But a pick is a pick. And here comes that River Herald.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, UNI very much on the back foot. This River Herald didn't take any damage there, actually. Yeah, a lot of damage on that tier 3. Or tier 2, I guess. Swain popping that ult, but not gonna get too much value. Here comes the Nocturne. Going in with that dive. Almost managing to make it out, but not quite. Trundle's gonna hunt that one down. Zeri trying to get this final pick on the Trundle here. Trundle getting the double kill, going for the triple here on the Zeri.
Oh.
Not dying, does end up getting picked off, but there goes Zeri. And Ashe getting a pick on the Swain there. That's 4 down for UNI. Their only standing champion is Thresh. Not going to be able to do much on his own since he's not jungle Thresh, so gonna have to go ahead and back off, play it safe there. And yeah, that means Badgers are gonna go ahead and get some free damage in on these towers, steal some of that jungle from UNI. Help try to lock them out of the game. 7k gold difference. 2 dragons down for UNI. It's looking rough, but gonna get a pick on the Senna here. Catching that Senna just a little bit too far out of place. And there's that big Ashe. And the Horn Stun coming in here. Swain popping that ult. Getting that pick on the Ashe, but there goes the Thresh. Horn getting picked off as well. This is big for UNI here, actually. Trundle going down as well. That's a 4k for UNI.
You know,
And now they can push down for the streak.
the sheer like restraint it would take when they went for the squishier targets versus like the Ornn who was right there, and all of UNI they just collapsed on the same target. So awesome team play and communication coming from them during that fight.
Yeah, that was definitely a much better team fight than what UNI has been having this game. And that's exactly the kind of thing that they need to see to get back into this game. Still going to be playing from behind, but that 4-piece definitely helping them out. Making this a lot more feasible. And now we can see UNI Thresh up there trying to get some vision set up by where Baron is. Man, Bundle Walk is such an animation. UNI trying to get the nice engage there, but not quite gonna find it. Yeah, any pick UNI can get would be big right now.
Oh, the Thresh hook, the Nocturne ult.
Swain enabling that Thresh with the pull in the first place. Swain getting that pull, Thresh being in range after that pull to get the second hook on. Very teamwork from United. There. That's the kind of Swain stuff we love to see. A bit of a preemptive flash there from UNI, but both teams trying to, UNI trying to get this engage going. Badgers just trying to kite them, get that poke going. Get some early damage in before the engage. Yeah, UNI was losing this game. They are still a bit behind, but it's definitely looking a lot better for them. It'll be interesting to see if
Oh,
this
the
game... Yeah, big stun coming in from the Ashe there. Just enabling this whole sequence to start up here. Big team engage coming in, taking down this area as well. And just going on the hunt here. Ornn popping ult to get the stun on the Thresh.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anything that the Badgers could do to tell you and I, no, you're not coming back from this. I mean, that was it. Only person left for you and I currently is Kennen. Yeah, I'm gonna be able to take this Baron.
Yep, that is definitely going to be a Baron for the Badgers here. And yeah, this only gets more difficult for UNI as we're going into the late game here with the Ornn and the Ashe. It'll be pretty rough for UNI at this point. Unfortunately. That Baron buff combined with these late game characters is gonna make it pretty tough. We do have a level 15 Kennen. That is a thing.
What does Kennen do at level 15?
So Kennen, he's not like the strongest in the late game, but he gets a lot of CC just off of his passive triggers. So it is something to note, and just you know, our Kennen is 15 while Ornn is still level 13. So in terms of the top lane comparison, we are pretty far ahead. But yeah, it'll be tough. I'm gonna go ahead and see the Badgers start up this dragon and slay it pretty quickly. Ashe doing so much poke damage. Vex finishing that one off. Vex taking out the Swain as well. Going in for the full engage once again. Ornn popping that ult. There goes the Nocturne. That is 3 down for UNI. They're not going to be able to clean this up anymore. Zeri trying to get some picks. So many of the Badgers on low health, but not quite able to find anything. Has to back off. Badgers are just getting these 2-3 picks at a time in these team fights and just getting this incremental advantage. Slowly inching their way forward. Gonna start getting these Baron buff minions through and dealing this tower damage. Gonna go ahead and push up through the mid lane. That is so much tower damage instantly. And yeah, this siege minion is just gonna chip down this tower. I'm completely out of the range here. Big engage with the cannon. That's a 3-piece.
Where's that level 15, now 16 Kennen you were talking about? Just came in and destroyed the Dodgers.
Very, very good Kennen ult there. And now UNI going on a push of their own. They're gonna go ahead and see just how much damage they can do. If they manage to take down an inhibitor here, that would be pretty big for UNI.
Well, on top of that, they're getting all these bounties.
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
Yeah, this could be
UNI
game-changing for UNI.
UNI recognizing we need to push this advantage now. Gonna go ahead and try to get this extra pick on the triple here. Gonna find it. And the Senna going down, but Thresh getting picked off in response. And there goes the Zeri. So even trade in terms of team members here, but yeah, good stuff from
Oh,
UNI.
the Orn
Noticing,
TPing behind. Oh, this could be so bad.
yeah, that is scary. Definitely a strong play from the Orn here. Yeah, there goes the Nocturne. Yeah, good play from UNI, recognizing we got these kills, we are losing, we need to make this push. They get it done. They pushed up through the inhibitor. UNI still has a chance here.
Oh.
Red team's turret
Trying to poke down this Ornn, getting those little Kennen CC procs from the passive. So many minions built up in the mid lane here, though. That's going to be so much passive damage on the structures. Trying to get this engage on the Ornn. Ornn pops the flash. UNI still trying to get this engage. There's the Nocturne.
There's the Nocturne, man.
Because you really thought you could push alone. You can't do that in this game.
1,000 gold
exist.
bounty on that Vex.
Yeah, the Vex has definitely been putting in work, but that's another 3-piece for UNI here. Gonna be able to start running up the mid lane. Gonna see if they can start trying to close this game out. If UNI is able to take this, this is insane for UNI. They are playing from behind still at this moment, but they are making this work. They are finding their picks and pushing their advantage when they get it. Here comes the Ornn ult. Not going to be able to redirect it. That is unfortunate for the Ornn. That's going to cost them the Trundle. And that means more minion waves for UNI. UNI gonna back off and start heading towards the Drake. Vex diving in, getting a pick there. Good engage from the Vex. We'll see if UNI is able to get out here.
Oh, the Ashe R.
That Ashe ult stuns for so long. It's just a free kill if there's anyone else nearby.
So if there's any annoying late game ultimates I can think of, it's Ashe R on cooldown and Lex R on cooldown. Lex R on cooldown.
Yep, Ashe's ult is almost a third of the way recharged after just using it. There's a dragon down.
Oh, that's Infernal Soul. This is gonna be tough. Yeah, with that Infernal Soul,
and heading up to try to get another Baron buff. Looks like UNI isn't in a place to contest. But... yeah, once again, UNI in a very sticky situation here. Gonna need to see some more big plays to come out on top here. But as we've seen, they are quite capable of doing that.
yeah, I mean, I thought for sure they were done earlier, so, and they proved me wrong,
yeah.
so let's see if they
I'm with you.
can continue to prove us wrong, pull us off.
Yeah, very much an uphill battle, but it's doable. There is a level 18 Vex. That's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, if you just look at the Vex compared to everyone else, 11 kills, 9 assists, that's 260 CS. That is a scary Vex.
Yeah, that is a very fed Vex. But, yeah, Vex has been ahead on CS the entire game, basically, so Vex was always a problem. We weren't really seeing it until these team fights, but here comes the big Kennen engage. Gonna get the pick on the Ashe and the Senna. This is big for UNI. Finding the right target every time with that cannon ult.
Oh, the Ornn ult.
Yeah, that Ornn ult gonna put in work. UNI trying to disengage here. Fighting this Ornn. But they need to get out before the rest of the team gets here.
Even taking down the Senna and the Ashe early, it's so hard for United to engage while Vex and Ornn are still alive.
Yeah, this is looking like it might be over for UNI here.
They do get the shutdown on the Vex, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's not enough.
Very close game. UNI definitely putting in the work there. Almost able to make the comeback there, but after getting the picks there in that team fight for the Badgers and then securing that Dragon Soul and Baron, it was pretty rough.
So, okay, I can start messaging, see if we can get some player interviews going. Is there anyone in the chat would like to interview, one they'd like to talk to?
Now not at all, huh, chat?
The chat is silent. I mean, that was a pretty tough game to watch. UNI was down for most of the game, and I mean, they gave us a few glimpses of hope. A few fights that, you know, really seemed to change the tide, but I think that once UNI stayed too long and the Badgers were able to get the Infernal Soul, I think that was pretty much where the game had ended. There's not much you can do against a team with Infernal Soul and Baron buff.
Yeah, it's definitely
late game.
pretty much over at that point. I would vote for Nielsen probably. I think the cannon was doing a lot of work in that game. But we've had Ty Guy and Bailey Joe times, I think, for interview.
Looks like Bailey Joe will be coming back for another interview for the coaches. But I guess I could show you guys. Let me pull up the client. So, I mean, just looking at stats from last game, we had the Vex dealing 45,000 damage compared to everyone else. It's pretty crazy.
For sure.
Oh, my graph is broken. Cool. You'll have to see it. Looking at some stat differentials, but I will say, as a mid laner, I've never really enjoyed playing against Vex, but
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely understandable. Vex has such a strong engage ability with her ult and does so much damage. Just being able to get those picks so freely. And it's so hard to play lane against Vex as well, just because Vex has such good CS with all of her abilities.
I'll say chat. So I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but Bailey Joe will be coming for interview. So if you guys have any questions, let us know. I believe we've already asked them the juice question. I feel like we should come up with a different, like fun question that we start asking everyone.
There.
So if you have any ideas for a different, new, fun question, let us know.
Let us know in the comments below. Or I guess to the right.
And if you're watching this from YouTube, all the way 3 hours into the video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe.
Don't forget to smash that like button.
Yeah.
Favorite season.
Ooh. That could be a
Favorite
good
season
one.
of League? Or
I like season 2. Because it was. How many years ago? Wait, are we in season 11? 10?
I don't. There have been a lot of them.
Preferred way to have your steak cooked. Ooh, I like that question. Preferred way to have your steak cooked.
I like that one. That's a good question. Then they're all gonna say I'm vegan.
Hit that bell icon, yes. For notifications of our uploads.
Make sure you have notifications turned on.
I mean, while we're on the topic of our YouTube, we post all of our VODs because they get deleted within a week because we can't become affiliate. We post all of our VODs onto our YouTube along with our, we've got a series going right now where they ask questions. I don't remember the name of the series. That's really bad on me. But it looks like Bailey Joe has joined.
Once again, I'm back.
Welcome,
For the third week in a row.
They love sending you over here. What can you do about it?
Player of the people, truly.
If you
I
want to
guess.
have your camera up, you're
Absolutely not.
That's
My
fair.
room is a disaster currently. Last week, perfectly fine. Right now, absolutely not.
Mine is as well. That's why I opted not to. And my camera shows like my entire room, so I'm like, they don't need to see that.
It shows about 3/4 of my room, and it's covered in books and crap right now. So
Yeah, I am not gonna lie. I have clothes everywhere. Okay, well, anyways, about League. I don't know. Puzzle Box, did you have any questions?
Sure. So that last game, you guys were clearly behind for a while, but you were definitely starting to bring it back. And then not quite able to close it out there, but it was definitely close. How are you guys feeling in that moment?
I feel like it definitely was maybe turnable. However, it was very obvious that we were still down. And we did end up making that like big push towards mid and making it all the way to their like Nexus turrets. I just feel like that Vex was so strong at that moment that we couldn't get past their tanks, and by that point the Vex was up and she just putting her out into our team is just a slaughter.
Yeah, the Vex was definitely very strong in that game. And how are you guys feeling during the drafts in game 2 and 3 there? How are you guys feeling about your bans and what you needed to ban and what you felt you could leave in?
Honestly, I feel like our like pick bans, we had a pretty good team comp going into both games. Like we had an idea, we had a plan in motion, and I feel like in both games we successfully pulled that off like multiple times. I just feel like in that second game, it was so hard to push past that Vex once she was to the point that she was and we were down that far. I definitely feel like we were confident in the pick ban phase for both of those games.
I do have a question, like going off of that. How come you guys didn't stick with the comp you used in the second game for the third game? Because I don't think they had banned any of your champions at the point, like for the first three. So I guess I'm just curious. What decided you guys to change it up so drastically?
Well, we wanted to run something that would, I don't know the better word for it, but other than like bamboozle them, we wanted to like surround them in a source because we saw them pick the Ornn, and therefore they're going to run like a front to back comp, wherefore they're going to like hide their carries in the back line and put their tanks out front, and the only way to really break that is to surround them. So we wanted to go for a more of a surround and jump out of the bushes kind of a comp, which I think is what we did really well, especially with like turning the lights out on Nocturne, and then we could just go in really fast with the Zeri and with the Kennen, and then obviously me just ghosting. I forgot what the question was, but I went out on a rant. So.
No, I think you guys did do that. I think we were talking because I don't remember at what point in the game it was. We're like, oh, UNI, like it's probably end game, and you guys came back. You were turning it around, and then it was. I think you were describing it earlier. You guys were in their base, and then that Vex came out, and then once they got the Infernal Soul, and then the Baron, it was pretty much over. But I think up until that point, it could have gone either way.
I think it could have been flipped, and I think we did realize that by making that last push, we probably should have prioed objectives over the turrets. But you live and you learn. It's over.
I'm gonna say, it's so easy to look back and be like, ah, we should have done this.
Yeah, exactly.
When you're in that moment.
All right. We good to go to chat questions?
Yeah, some fun they're all fun questions.
They are all
I am reading them.
All right. Let's start with preferred way to have your steak cooked.
Honestly, I saw the question. I don't have an answer for you. I have no idea.
Steak burgers, anything? Any
no
kind of
idea.
meat? No idea.
I guess put it in front of me and it's fine. I won't complain no matter what unless it's raw. Like, I don't actually have an answer for that. Like, ugh.
Let's see.
It is okay.
All right. In the AM, do you sock shoe, or sock shoe shoe?
It is always sock shoe.
What?
I
Wait.
have OCD. I can't break the cycle. It's sock shoe. I have to redo it if it's wrong. I can't. It bothers me so much.
I was sitting here thinking, that's a dumb question. Who puts on a sock and then a shoe?
Me.
Wow. I guess you learn something new about people every single day. Very interesting.
Looks like we got some of the opposing team in chat. That's pretty cool.
We have from King Midos, those were good games, guys. Shen is terrifying.
I would agree.
Shen is definitely a character. Alright, last question for me. Favorite season?
Spring.
Spring.
I'm a sucker for flowers.
And the opposite season of what we're in right now. Fall.
About the same, like, temperature-wise, but...
That's true.
Lack of flowers, therefore not as good.
Yeah, the vibe very different.
What about you, Dallas? What's your favorite season? Puzzle box.
Probably fall, maybe winter.
Yeah. Oh, I'll agree with the fall.
Winter.
I'll agree with the fall. The winter. Oh, I cannot.
Bane of my existence. Absolutely not. One flake of snow hits the ground. I'm done.
I've got allergies, so you know winter's pretty nice for me. But I can understand why people don't like it. What about you, Anna?
I'm a fall. I love the fall. I love wearing pants and sweatshirts and not sweating. Because I will wear pants and sweatshirts in the summer. I just sweat a lot more. Um,
Yeah, you'll never catch me not in jeans. So,
Oh, that's a
yeah.
menace to society. Absolutely not.
Man,
I don't wear jeans, period.
I played football in jeans. Like,
What?
we wear jeans in this household.
What a maniac! Oh my god.
Yeah, no. When I say pants, I mean like sweatpants. Those are my go-to. Or I have some fun pants, but they're comfy fun pants. Like my pants today, if you saw me walking around campus, these are fun pants. They're comfy, but I can also make them like dressed up and nice. I wore them as comfy today. But, yeah.
That says favorite Slurpee flavor.
Blue raspberry. I will take anything blue raspberry. I know it's not a real thing, but it's good.
Okay, this is so bad. Is Slurpee like? I'm thinking like ices. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm blue raspberry all the way. If there's
The blue one.
raspberry, yeah, make my tongue blue. Do it.
See. I don't know. I like cherry more than blue raspberry.
Yeah.
I also like soda flavors. So
Soda flavors like
You know.
Coke.
yeah, like Coke or root beer.
Oh,
But
we
that's
have those
just
at my
because I
store.
like Coke and root beer. So. Alrighty, well, that does it for me. Anna, you got anything?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, it was a fun game. I think we've had. Hunter says the correct answer is cherry.
Wrong.
Yeah, I think we've had, some pretty good games going into 3 matches. Always keeps it exciting.
For sure.
Much better than a stomp, but yeah. All right, well, that's all we have for questions. Yeah, thank you for everyone for stopping by. It's homecoming week. Happy homecoming week. I forgot about that. We'll be at the parade, so come see us at the parade on Saturday. And always, come hang out at the lounge.
Yeah, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, it's still
Prepare for the
watching.
VOD in the future.
Yeah, you're still watching. Yeah. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in.